Hello, so today I would like to share a few thoughts about uncertainty. Uncertainty is one of the things... Hey Johan, if you don't want your voice in the background, don't sing so loud, okay?
Okay.
Hello, so today I would like to share a little bit of our week. We've been away. And also I would like to share some thoughts about uncertainty. So uncertainty is one of the things I dislike the most about life. I think uncertainty and waiting are two of the things I dislike the most. And at the moment I don't really know what's happening this next term. We have 2 weeks until school starts, and at the moment I don't know if I'm going to be helping with Lydia again at school. School is still trying to organise everything, and I think they're trying to plan it so I don't have to. But I just, I don't know yet whether I will be working at school or not. And to me it doesn't really matter whether I do or not. I just don't like not knowing. I always find it hard when things are uncertain, you don't know what's happening. I like to just know what I'm doing. So for me this week I've been trying to learn to be content even when I don't know what's happening, even when things are uncertain. So this last week we went to my parents' house. They live about 4.5 hours away, and we got up early one morning, up about 5 o'clock, and we drove all the way there. And as we were driving, my husband was driving, and we were driving through these really windy roads and around corners and up hills, and I was thinking how our life is also a little bit like driving. We go around corners, we don't know what's around the next corner, we don't know what's happening. We don't always know what's coming next, and the road isn't always just straight and flat. There are bumps and there are hills, and there are corners. And either we are driving our life or we are letting God drive our life. And God's the only one who knows where we're going. If you're trying to go somewhere and there's someone in the car who knows where they're going, wouldn't you want them to drive? God knows where we're going. He knows what's around the next corner. He knows what's up ahead. He knows what's over the next hill. So why wouldn't we want God to direct our lives and to drive out and steer our lives? He knows where we're supposed to be going. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know where we're going to be in another year or even another month, but God knows. And I think that's a really good thing to hang on to when life is uncertain, is that God knows. God knows what's around the next corner. And so this term I don't know yet what I'm going to be doing, but God knows. And one of the reasons I would like to know is so that I can at least feel prepared. But it's hard to prepare when you don't know what you're actually doing. But God knows what I will be doing. And so how I can deal with that is to stay close to Him, because He knows. And I shared one time a prayer that I like to pray is prepare me for the future. And so that is a good prayer to pray when things are uncertain, we don't know what's happening. Prepare me for the future, because God knows what's going to happen, and so He can prepare me, even though I might feel like I can't really prepare myself because I don't know what's happening. When everything feels certain, we don't always feel a need to trust in God and to pray. But when things are uncertain, we feel more of a need. Well, either we try to take control and to make things happen, or we can choose to trust in God and to ask Him to prepare us for whatever is going to happen. And Proverbs 3:5 and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths." So, whatever decision we have to make, we need to pray and ask God for His wisdom, because He is the one who knows what's around the next corner. He's the one who knows what's happening tomorrow and next month and next year. So we need to acknowledge Him. We need to pray about every decision we make. And that is the way that we let God drive our lives. But, we still have to make decisions, but we need to make them with prayer and make them, asking God for His wisdom. To trust in Him. I like to feel in control, and I like to know what's happening, and I like to feel like I'm in control. And yet, even when we feel like we're in control, we're still not in control. anything can happen at any time, and sometimes things happen so unexpected, even though we felt like we were in control. And so that's why we need to let God be in charge, let Him drive our life, and let Him choose where we're going, because He knows what's best. So who's driving your life? So last week my mum and dad put on a conference, a Bible conference, for the last, I think it's 15 years. They've been putting on a Bible conference every week. And it was at the very first one that Johanna came to, back when I lived at home. And after that first conference, we started our relationship. I got a letter a week afterwards. So we've gone to just about every conference over the years, I think, except for the one when Hannah was born. It's nearly Hannah's birthday. But yeah, it's very uncertain times at the moment with the COVID and everything, and so it was a little bit harder for my parents to plan a conference this year because they just didn't know quite what was going to happen. But they did do it anyway, and I'm very glad they did. Last time I made a video, I shared how we can bless others by obeying what God wants us to do. And I think when I think of the conference, that's what I think of. Mum and Dad put it on anyway, even though everything was uncertain, and everybody who came was blessed because of it. So when we were away, we went into New Plymouth for a day, me and Johanna, and we did a little bit of shopping. One of the things that I found was these little hymn books. These ones are like choruses and mostly little songs for children. We haven't done that many children's songs on YouTube lately, partly because we just feel like we've run out of the ones that we know. So hopefully we'll find some new ones in here that we can do. And there are these ones as well. These are more like hymns rather than choruses. So I hope to do more hymn music videos as well. And another thing I got, because I desperately needed one, was a new Bible. My old one was just about falling apart. So we don't have a Christian bookshop in our area, but in New Plymouth there is a nice one, so I thought I may as well get that while we were there. I don't like to buy them online because then you can't kind of see them properly. And I like to make sure the words are not too small. So it's kind of all new when you get a new Bible. I like to mark my Bible, the verses that I know and the verses that speak to me, because I don't know, it's like it just becomes more personal, more my own. And also it's a lot easier to find verses when you've already marked them before. So my parents have made a YouTube channel with some of the videos from the conference this year and last year. Because of the COVID, we had speakers from overseas just do it kind of online, just do sermons rather than coming out, whereas before that we always had speakers from somewhere in the world come. So there's not everything on there, but there are some sermons from this year, and they've also put on some from other years as well. So I will link that down below, and if you're interested you can have a look. I am making our favourite muesli bars. So it's one you don't have to cook in the oven, you just boil some of the ingredients on the stove and then mix it with the dry ingredients and then stick it in a dish and stick it in the fridge. It's very yummy. So this time I've added some seeds and some coconut as well. Speaking of uncertainties again, I was reading a devotional yesterday, and it was about how the weaker we are, the more we have to depend on God's strength. And when we depend on God and lean on God's strength, the stronger we become. And I think it's also true with uncertainties too. The more uncertain things are, the more we have to lean on God and trust in Him. And when we trust in Him, then He works things out for us. But instead of just trying to make things happen and take things into our own hands, we need to trust in God. The more uncertain things are, the more we can put our trust in God. So the more uncertain things are, the harder we can lean and trust in God. There's a hymn that is called "If We Could See Beyond Today," and the very last phrase is talking about, if we could see beyond today as God can see, we wouldn't worry so much and we would be more happy because we'd know that God is going to work all things together for good and all that. But at the end it goes, we cannot see what lies before, and so we cling to Him the more. So we should let our uncertainties push us closer to Christ. And another good verse to remember when things are uncertain is, be still and know that I am God. We don't need to fret and worry because God has got everything under control. We can trust in Him.
Hello.
Hello.
Bye-bye.
Hi, how are you?
Bye.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Have you had a nice day?
There.
Had fun today?
The one.
Ooh, that's a bit close. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Lydia, you going to go out for dinner?
Okay.
Yeah? We're going to go to the community dinner.
Mama.
Can I see your pretty hair?
Okay.
Show me your hair.
Oh.
Can you turn your head around? Ah, doesn't that look beautiful?
Yeah.
So pretty.
It's
Lydia, is it fun? Woohoo! Go. Careful, Lydia. Careful, careful.